I'm also good. I only learn the Molweni part in the morning, so I cannot go further. My name is Sharon, and I'm a geology student at the Tshwane University of Technology. Well, I'm going to ask you to think about something as I go through the presentation. You know our continent, Africa, right? Do you think it's ever going to break up? Do you think we're going to be very far from Botswana, or are we going to ever just remain as one part? And if so, can there be an explanation for that? Where is the World Cup being hosted this year, the Soccer World Cup?
Brazil.
Brazil, right?
Yes.
Brazil is in South America, right?
Yes.
Did you know that millions and millions and millions ago, one can actually, well, you'd have a long walk, but you could walk from Africa, anywhere in Africa, to Brazil. Now you have to fly there and use all this transportation because this has happened. The continents from being one plate have broken up into different pieces, and that is through a scientific, fancy concept called continental drift, which simply means the breaking up of land. But what really causes this break? So I'm going to need all of you to just join me on this, okay? Can you stretch your arms? Wide, far apart. That is actually the first cause of the length, causing the length to move, because the plates from being together, that's okay, thank you, they actually move apart from each other, and that's called the divergent plate boundary. And the second one, well, we're all going to participate today, bend. Now, you know, so they move against each other, plus slide against each other. That's the second. Thank you. That's the second fault movement. And the third one, oh, I'm going to need this. Is it sandpapers? So you have one go under one another. Yes, like that. Yes, exactly. So that is the third movement that can cause this land to actually move apart from each other. Now, all of this results to this. All of these movements can cause this. This was in India. It's called an earthquake, where there's this big tremor and these buildings just break and fall apart. And of course, what we have here is a tsunami, where you have big waves. I mean, you have been to the ocean, right? I saw ocean PE. So imagine if you had a very, very big wave just coming onto you and destroying land. So this is the other cause that can result from those movements. But India and Japan, you know how far they are. I mean, you always see when the Indian and Japanese come, you know they're tourists, right? Because they're not in South Africa. They're mostly not from South Africa. We do have Indians, but most of them come from other continents. So we actually have those movements happening in Africa. If you follow the golden star of science, right? This is where you see the red is actually this movement occurring, this breaking up. So what's eventually going to happen in years to come is that this year, where you find your Ethiopia country, a country like Ethiopia, could eventually break. Do you have an understanding of what I'm talking about? So we might have Ethiopia as a continent on its own, or as an island on its own. But what really causes these movements in Africa? And that's just simple. How many of you have earrings on? Watches? Diamond, platinum, you get that from mining, right? Mining triggers the seismic event. Seismic just means the vibration. So mining triggers all this activity, triggers all this motion, and causes the land to shake up and start sliding against each other. And that is why you would have Africa breaking up as a result from all the mining that's happening in Gauteng. You know, we call it Gauteng Maboneng. It's because it's a land of gold, okay? And just last year in Gauteng province, we had 2 tremors. So this one lady was in the office and she was having her cappuccino, and all of a sudden, I was just temporarily there working as a secretary, and she had just given me a really tough morning. So when we had the tremor, the coffee spilled on her beautiful dress, and I was really happy because she messed up her dress. But that was just due to the tremor from the earthquake, a mini earthquake that occurred in Gauteng. Let's just hope it doesn't come to Grahamstown. Now, I'm giving away prizes. I'm not a chocolate lady, I'm more of a technological lady. Blackberry or a tablet? Blackberry or tablet? Who's Blackberry here? You don't want tablet, you want Blackberry. Tablet. Okay. Just one moment. Now, as much as you want a tablet, in science, we also want tablets as well. So for us to actually have this knowledge about what's happening in Africa, it's because we measure these events. And this is an equipment that was used many years ago. It's like a big BlackBerry, old, boring, but it gets you the information that you need. And through technology, we have our own tablets. So the first one, seismometer, just forget the name, just know that it picks up any motion in the ground. The second one, the accelerometer, picks up how fast the vibration is. And the digitizer just actually converts everything so that you can just be able to understand it. You know how you can read your alphabets in class? Yes, so that it just transforms all this scientific information into a more accessible one, and you can use either the tablet or the BlackBerry or a computer to actually know this information. Red hair or blonde hair, which one would you go for? Blonde. Blonde, why blonde? Okay, these are just two guys. One is from a University of Technology and University of Technology, and the other one is from the Hartbeespoort Radio Astronomy Observatory. The company is currently within the science fair, so as you travel around, you'll see them. What these two companies did, they came together, they sat down, and they said, you know what, we want South Africa to be aware of these earthquakes, we want them to be aware of these vibrations. So we must build more stations where you have all those instruments, our own tablets installed, put in, so that you can be able to access the data, the information, and we can be able to tell you, okay guys, run for your life, there's an earthquake in Grahamstown. And this is just, I'm going to go through the slides. It's a project that I was in charge of at the Radio Astronomy Observatory, where the only 26 antenna is in the whole of Africa. So we built such a structure, we buried it, we put in the instruments, and it looks like this. This is the final product of it. So at the end, we'll be able to give you to access the information, to know the vibrations, and to tell you, guys, this is how South Africa is looking like. And with reference to this, all of these activities happening in South Africa do contribute to Africa breaking. So we are responsible for the poor Ethiopians who are going to be split from Africa, okay? But the good part is the Ethiopians are going to have a nice island in 250 million years to come. Thank you so much.